Hello, and welcome back to another Dokkan battle video. So, on both the JP side and the global side of the official Dokkan Twitter accounts, we actually got producers' letters earlier this morning. I have been busy, so I haven't been able to record this just yet, but now we're going to go ahead and talk about all this. There's some very interesting stuff here. We're going to mainly look at the global one because that's where, I can actually read it out, you know what I mean? Essentially, a lot of it is just them talking about how we liked the worldwide campaign and asking us to do the survey again. I always recommend that people do the surveys on every single version of the game. That way, they actually hear our feedback, and they have been taking things into consideration constantly. So do make sure that you are actively going out and doing these surveys. All right, so let's go ahead and take a look at the main thing that we want to talk about here. Where's it at? Come on, Twitter. Why are you being like this? Can I just do it on the JP side? Or is it also going to just not load? Oh, okay. Twitter's having some problems, I guess. There we go. So, this is a timeline. This is one of the things that I think is very, very helpful for us to consider what we're going to be doing here going forward. Now, a lot of this is just stuff that they've said that they've already done, i.e. Carnival featured characters, standby skills, original animations, domains, stuff like that. But what's important here is this. Unification of the JP and international version operation schedules, period, to be determined. Now, a lot of people have thought that the placement of this square on the timeline means that we're not going to be synced up until the 10th anniversary. But if you notice here, right? All the other little squares have a line connecting to where they happened in the year. This doesn't have that. So this could technically happen anywhere in between where we are right now, which is roughly this space in between the 8th and 9th anniversary, all the way up to the 10th anniversary. I do expect us to be perfectly synced before the 10th anniversary is completed. So I do expect that to happen. A big reason why I think that is, especially if we go take a look at the current banners that are on both the global and JP side, right? Let's see, banners. So both God Goku and Kale returned already on the JP side. This is insane because if you remember back to the Turles banner, which is the one that's currently on global, that had the return of both Bardock and Yamcha. So if they're going to be constantly making it so that these characters are returning faster, I could see them making it so that on global, the banner times are going to be significantly shorter. That way they're able to push out these more, these faster Dokkan Fest banners. Which means I do also expect whatever Dokkan Fest to come out at the end of this month, which is typically the one that teases Heroes, to be the return of not only Turles, but it could also be the return of Super Trunks. Now, Super Trunks' banner did not have 2 returning Dokkan Fest on it. It just had the androids. So I could see Super Trunks being on a different banner, presumably the one that's either at the end of November or the middle of November kind of banner. I could see that happening. So just do keep in mind that I do think that it is possible at the very least to have not only Super Trunks but Turles return at the very end of this month, which means on global they should be getting this stuff pushed out even quicker, which is good. It's good in all aspects of the word. So definitely an improvement to banners with how many actually useful characters are now on here. There's 4 characters on here that are actually quite good. So I do think that is an improvement. And then if we keep looking at this, right, there is still more features that they plan on adding up until the 10th anniversary. Obviously, they tend to do a new mechanic every single year, so we'll see what they are. This year we got 2, and I expect another one next year, and then another one during the 10th anniversary. We'll see what happens. My personal thing would be some sort of easy A2, maybe make it a skill orb, like a platinum skill orb or something that buffs the character, kind of like how they did with the anniversary skill orbs during the 8th anniversary. Or they could do an 8th link. I think that'd be good as well for a lot of characters. Maybe making it so that you can maybe even give a link. A lot of that would just be giving big bad bosses to every single person. But if you had a set of links that you could give to extreme and super class characters, I feel like that would make it a little bit easier to run a lot of the teams. Anyway, let's keep looking down here. They did also mention this. A pity system will be coming to specifically gold coin banners. How this works is every time you do a summon, you'll get a number of limited exchange coins that you can use to buy the new character, and then for seven rotations of the banner, every 3 multis will guarantee you a featured character. So this is a very decent change in how the gold coin banners work, because like gold coin banners typically have 0 incentive to be summoned on because a lot of them are really bad in terms of the featured unit listing. So a lot of them are pretty bad. But with this change, you might get them in the first multi, in like the first like rotation. And then for people like me or like Truth or someone where they're actually going to summon on these banners multiple times, depending on how often they give you these coins, like how many coins you get per multi, you could potentially even get this within those 7 rounds and get that complete, get it done, get the character, get out, you know? Now, they did mention specifically that this will only be for gold coin characters, which is a problem because we'd want it on like the actual major headliners, Dokkan Fest, Carnivals, that kind of thing. And since it's not on there, someone like me, right? If you've seen, I went like what 1,600 stones for my first copy of Physical Ultimate Gohan. That would have not happened had this been implemented. I probably would have been able to just buy him way before I even hit that many stones spent. So I do think that this is definitely a good change, though I think this is like mainly a test for them to see how we feel about the pity system. Maybe they can put in some tweaks into it, because if you really think about how often we get gold coin characters, we're going to get one in the middle of this month on both Global and JP, and then we're not going to see another gold coin banner on JP until April of next year. So I highly doubt this is going to stay as just a legendary summon thing. I think they might expand this over to Dokkan Fests and then potentially even Carnivals as well. I do think that this could potentially happen on the 9th anniversary, where we're going to be getting this on actually like the mainline banners. I do think that'd be really cool. So I'm kind of excited to see where this is going to go. It is nice to have a pity system in this game. It's not as, depending on how many coins you get, this could be either better or worse than a lot of pity systems that I've seen before. I think one of the easiest ways to describe a pity system is with like the Genshin Impact Honkai pity system, where if you do 9 multis, you get a guaranteed character, right? It's a guaranteed 5-star. So, and they have a 50-50 system as well. So if you hit a 50, if you hit the 90, it gives you a 50-50 of either you get the brand new character or you get not the brand new character. And then if you hit that again, it's guaranteed the next character, right? So I think we could potentially even have this as like a better pity system than that, depending on how generous they are with these coins. So this is a good change. We're waiting to see just what they implement with it, and I'll keep you guys updated as we keep getting more information about this. We should see the gold coin character in about 2-ish weeks, so we'll know by then how everything's working. And then they didn't say it on the JP one, but on the global one, they're going through like the growth campaign soon, which on JP we had that right before Tanabata, I believe, if it'll ever load. But essentially, it's just a bunch of events that help you in order to get like Kais and like a bunch of like link levels and stuff like that. A very good event that they did on JP. They brought like back every single one of the orb stages. They made it so that you get a guaranteed Elder Kai every single time you do the Master Roshi training stage a day. It was very, very good, and they're planning on doing that on global. So that's good for you guys over on global side. And then this Trunks from the story mode is going to awaken into a Trunks and Broly card. If you know anything about this Trunks, you know that his only category right now is time travelers, which means he should have been on like Super Saiyan, Joint Forces, that kind of thing. However, we'll see what happens with this guy in the future, because clearly he's not just going to be a Trunks card and Broly. I think this is going to turn into an LR Trunks, Broly, and Piccolo, based on how many of the characters that we see in the story mode. And remember, that's what this card is based off of. So I think that's probably what we're going to see coming in the future with story mode. I don't know how or when we're going to get this guy. They just showed us the fact that we are getting this new Broly Trunks card, which I think is cool. We'll have to wait and see, because I don't read the damn story mode. I don't think any of you guys read the story mode. So I'm very excited about this period of time in Dokkan, because we're going to be very close to rushing it up in order to get both of the games synced up completely, as well as making it so that we have like better overall content celebration. So I think it could be very, very cool, and we'll just have to wait and see what happens in the future. But as of right now, I'm excited. Definitely let me know how you guys feel about it in the comments down below. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys all in the next video.